Good morning, children. Hope that all of you are safe at home and you all remember that we had discussed the first part of the lesson, the Mughal Empire, before conducting term 1 examination. Now, let us try to learn the second part of the lesson, the Mughal Empire. You had learned about Babur, the founder of the Mughal Empire. His son Humayun became the emperor of the Mughal Empire in 1530. After coming to power, he had to consolidate his father's territories and set up an administrative structure. He faced the hostility of the Afghans led by Sher Shah and Bahadur Shah. Sher Shah defeated Humayun in the battles of Chausa and Kanauj in 1539 and 1540 respectively. However, Humayun recaptured Delhi in 1555 but died the very next year. Historians consider Akbar as the most powerful, popular, and effective among Mughal administrators. His period of rule can be divided into three. The first part began in 1556 and ended in 1570. During this period, military campaigns were launched against neighboring kingdoms of Malwa and Gondwana. The second part of his period of rule started in 1570 and ended in 1585. During this period, notable contributions were made, including military campaigns were organized in Gujarat, and those campaigns were followed by campaigns in Bihar, Bengal, and Odisha. And the third and the last part of his period of rule started in 1585 and ended in 1605. During this period, campaigns were launched in the northwest, Kandahar was seized, Kashmir was annexed, campaigns in the Deccan started, many regions including Ahmednagar were annexed during this period. The next ruler who ruled over the Indian subcontinent was Jahangir, who ruled from 1605 to 1627 CE. Jahangir brought an end to the 4-decade-long struggle with Mewar by defeating Rana Amir Singh in 1615. Following the visit of William Hawkins and Sir Thomas Roe, the English were granted permission to set up a factory at Surat, about which we will study in detail next year. Jahangir was deeply fascinated by art and architecture. His autobiography, Suzuki Jahangiri, is a vital source of information about his period of rule. Shah Jahan, the next Mughal emperor, came to power in 1627. Shah Jahan means king of the world. During his period of rule, campaigns in Deccan continued. There was an Afghan noble called Jahan Lodi who rebelled against the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. He was defeated during the reign of Shah Jahan. Ahmednagar was annexed in 1632. During the last year of the reign of Shah Jahan, there was a conflict over succession among emperor's sons. As a result of it, Shah Jahan was imprisoned in Agra and he died in 1658. Abul Fasl, the great historian who lived during the medieval period, has explained the features of Akbar's administrative policies in his renowned book, the Ain-i-Akbari. According to him, the empire was divided into provinces called Subas during the reign of Akbar. Subas were governed by Subedas who carried out both political and military functions. Each province had a financial officer or diwan. Nobles commanded large armies and had access to large amounts of revenue. What do you see now? Yes, it's a map of the Indian subcontinent. You can see Arabian Sea here and we have Bengal here. Now you see, I would like to show you some of the places which we had mentioned while explaining this lesson. Ahmednagar is here. Sorry, Ahmednagar is here. And Gondwana is here. Malwa is here. And I will show you some other important places while explaining the next lesson. May I hope that you all enjoyed learning and understood the lesson. We will learn about the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb and some related things in the next module. That's all for the time being. Thanks for being with me.